No two-a-days, no college scholarship. Some of you probably clicked this video and said, there's no way for this to be true. But let me ask you something. If someone else is waking up at 5 a.m., getting an extra workout in before school, going to school from, let's say, 7:45 to 3:15, from 3:15 to about 4:15, they're in the weight room. From 4:15 to 6:30, they're in practice. And immediately after, they're getting extra shots in. When they get home, they shower, they do some light homework if they didn't already do it in class, they watch some film, and then they go to bed and do it all over again for 365 days straight. You know how many more workouts they have done because they took advantage of the 24 hours that they have in a day? And now you're only showing up to team practice. Now, who do you think a college coach is going to notice? Talent, of course, is going to get you attention, but work ethic, that's going to earn you an opportunity. And that's what we're talking about today. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Jada. I play, I coach, and I am deeply in love with the game of basketball. On this channel, we're going to talk about basketball, leadership, faith, discipline, and what it actually takes to become the player and the person you want to become. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you click the subscribe button. Now let's talk about some of the biggest myths that we hear about young athletes. The first one I love to hear is, I'll work harder when I get in college. I'll be around a lot of people that are better than me. I'll get better. Not necessarily. Remember, college coaches are not recruiting the athlete that they want you to become. They're recruiting the athlete that they already know you to be. And you have to be working for the right reasons. One thing basketball taught me while growing up is you don't outwork people just because. There has to be a why. You outwork people genuinely because you respect your own goals. Every single solitary day, someone is chasing the exact same goal as you. And although there's room for everybody to eat, someone else wants that roster spot, someone else wants those minutes, someone else wants that starting position. So the question is not, am I working hard enough? It's, am I working harder than the person who has the same exact dream as me? That's where your two-a-days come in. As an overachiever, it's more so 3-a-days, 4-a-days. I count rehab and stretching, I count lifting, I count shooting workouts, I count weight room workouts. Listen, to ensure you don't overwork yourself as you're building into that college player, 2-a-days, I love it. When I say 2-a-days, I'm simply just referring to intentionally finding another opportunity to get better without your coach, without your friends, without the crowd. That doesn't always mean another 2-hour workout. Sometimes it could be 300 extra made shots. It shouldn't take you 2 hours to do that. It may be 30 minutes of ball handling after every practice. Sometimes it could be watching film. Sometimes it's taking stretching and recovery more seriously. It could be even reading a book, because I understand that sometimes you have to get away from the game to grow from the game. The point is, you have to make sure that you're maximizing your time so you can continue to create the separation that you need to evolve as a player. Not because you're competing with your teammates, but because you're preparing for the next level. A highly recruited athlete, especially going into college, is looking at a rigorous preseason schedule. That may be 5, 5:30, 6 a.m. where you're waking up way before anybody on campus and you already have ran at least 1 or 2 miles, or you already have gotten a lift in. You have to figure out breakfast on your own. You have to get to class. Immediately after class, you may have individuals where you're working on shooting, ball handling, passing, or position-specific skill work. You go to another class, and after that class, you have lunch, and then after lunch, you have to figure out where you're going to get the capacity to manage weights. And then after weights, you may have study hall, and then after study hall, you have practice, right? And then after practice, you notice, bro, it's already 8 o'clock, and I've already given my entire life, all right, to what I committed to when I signed that contract. But if you have that 2-a-day mentality, you're getting the extra workout, you're going outside of individuals and getting shots up. You're going outside of individuals and getting more free throws. You're watching film. You're asking your college coach questions. You're doing the work nobody else sees. I'm not saying every athlete has to master or copy this schedule. What I'm saying is you're only doing right now what you're required to do. And if you're doing that, don't expect extraordinary results. The players that are earning scholarships, I guarantee you, are probably doing the extra work. If you wait until college to develop this work ethic, you're already gonna be behind. One of the biggest mistakes athletes make is preparing for today and not also preparing for tomorrow. As a freshman, you're learning. Sophomore, you're growing. As a junior, you're refining. But by your senior year, and again, I'm talking about in high school, you should already be practicing like a college athlete, because that's essentially what you're trying to become. Your habits should match your goals. If your dream is Division I basketball, does your schedule reflect that? If your dream is playing professional basketball, Does your schedule reflect that? Dreams without discipline stay dreams. So make sure every single day you're filling your mind, your algorithm, your environment, the people that you talk to every single day with somebody that's like-minded. If social media is taking 3 or 4 hours of your day, just imagine what you could do if you take back that time for you. 1 hour watching film, 1 hour reading, maybe recovering, getting shots up. You know, all those small choices, they begin to add up. So lock in, protect your attention, control your focus, because wherever your attention goes, your growth will follow. If you don't believe me, ask some college athletes what their day-to-day experiences are. Preseason, season, and postseason. Watch day in the life videos. Follow players on YouTube and on TikTok. Pay attention to what their body and what their schedule actually demands. Not the highlights, but the work. The early mornings, the lifts, the classes, the study hall, practices, the recovery, the travel, the film sessions, the school homework. See the lifestyle before you start chasing it. Because earning a scholarship is one thing, but keeping a scholarship is another. At the end of the day, scholarships aren't awarded just because somebody really hoped for it. They earned it through years of discipline, years of consistency, years of sacrifice. The workouts, nobody applauds. The morning nobody sees, the shots nobody is counting. That's what creates opportunities. The game of basketball will never owe you anything, and your talent or potential does not guarantee success. Only your habits will. So ask yourself, what am I doing today that my competition is not willing to do? That's where separation happens. And that's where scholarships are earned. If this video challenged you, I want you to do one thing. Comment below and tell me what habit you're committing to this week. That'll not only help you become a better basketball player, but to become a better person. Maybe it's waking up earlier. Maybe it's getting an extra 300 shots in. Maybe it's finally starting that second workout every single day that you've been avoiding all along. Whatever it is, write it down and commit to it. Remember, the scholarship isn't earned on game day. It's earned in the early mornings that nobody sees, the workout nobody posts, and the discipline you choose every single day. I'll see you guys in the next video.